Trump supporters. Oh, Trump supporters. Let's talk. Oh, Trump supporters. We got to talk. Trump supporters, I got to ask you. Let me just ask you real quick, Trump supporters. Do y'all still support the police? Oh, Trump supporters, I got to know. Do y'all still support them police officers? Because, I got to know at this point. Because I's curious. I'm a curious bear. Okay. I'm a real curious bear. I want to know, do Trump supporters still support the police? I want to know, do Trump supporters still support the police? Because it was the police who fingerprinted, processed, and got your boy in Fulton County. I got to know, Trump supporters. Are y'all going to tell me right now, Trump supporters, do y'all still support the police? Because in 4 separate indictments, it was the police who fingerprinted, took him down, officially arrested him. I gotta know, Trump supporters, do y'all still support them women and men in blue? Because if you do, I got a question for you. To what extent does that support go? That's my question for you. All right, that's my question. To what extent does your support go, Trump supporters? Trump supporters, you do realize that your boy, once again, was taken down by the fuzz. It was the police who arrested Trump. The police put him away. I hope y'all realize that. So all those times when people like me were saying don't support the police, all those times when people like me were saying, hey, the police are not your friend, all those times when people like me was arguing against Donald Trump saying, hey, Donald Trump supports the police, and that's a bad thing because one day that might not be great for you. It might not work out that well for you because the police, when it comes to no-knock raids and targeting your firearms, targeting your property, well, they're pretty indiscriminate, right? So understand something, right? When we've been telling you this whole time that the police are not your friends, the police are your enemies. Make sure you guys are tapping the stream. Make sure you guys are sharing the stream on every social media timeline that you have, especially with Trump supporters. I want Trump supporters in here. I want them to explain themselves. I want Trump supporters to explain to the rest of us, why in the world did you support police when we were telling you the whole time the police are your enemies? And now the same police who we were telling you were your enemies arrested your God Emperor. Locked up, you won't let me out. No. Yeah, that guy. You know, my thing is, we were telling Donald Trump, we were telling everybody in the government that the police are not your friends. The police will just arrest you. They don't care about context. They don't care about, how important you are or how unimportant you are. It doesn't matter. On 4 separate occasions, this man was indicted. On 4 separate occasions. And on 4 separate occasions, those men and women in blue, they had no problems putting him in handcuffs. They had no problems fingerprinting him. They had no problems locking him up. No problems processing him. They had no problems. And I guarantee you, should he be convicted, and let's be honest, he'll be convicted. They have no problems keeping him in jail or prison or wherever else, as they've shown you so far. Because if the police were on Trump's side, they wouldn't fingerprint him. They wouldn't take him in. Right? So my thing is, you got to understand, Trump supporters, you've lost. You supported the men and women in freaking blue, and that's why you lost. That's why you lost. And that's why you're going to continue to lose. Because you don't understand simple realities. Simple reality is you lost. And the same people who you supported, who I've been saying it for years, stop supporting law enforcement. And what did you do? You kept supporting them. And the same police now fingerprinted and processed your boy. That's on you. That's on you. Okay? By the way, coming to Texas, I want to talk to you. Let's have a conversation. I want to talk to Trump supporters, man. Trump supporters, let's have a conversation. Talk to me. I want to understand how you feel right now, because I know y'all going through something rough right now. I don't want to be belittling or mean. I just want to have a conversation, right? Why is it that some of you seem so bothered by the same police who you supported? You supported cops. You supported cops. You did. You told me Blue Lives Matter in response to Black Lives Matter. You did that. Are you saying the same thing now? Are you saying the same thing now? I'm just asking you. Do you still support cops? I just want to know. Hey, Mr. Rance, come hop on. Hop on. If you have over 1,000 followers and you're typing in the chat, I don't want you typing in the chat. I want you hopping on. If you don't, you got to get banned from the speaking on chat, man. That's the rule. Standing rule here. I've been doing it for years. It is what it is. Maybe not years on TikTok, but years on my YouTube, and I continued it onto my TikTok. Don't be cowards, man. Let's have conversations. No. Sorry, Mr. Rance, you got to go. You go call yourself Mr. Rance, you can't be hiding in the comment section, man. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation, Trump supporters. Why are y'all running? Are Trump supporters that afraid to have a conversation? Are they that afraid? I mean, I'm just one guy. Is it that bad, man? Are y'all that ashamed? I get it. Listen, if my guy got indicted, right? If my guy got indicted, I wouldn't talk either. I'd be very, very quiet. Right? I'd be very, very quiet. And the thing is about Trump supporters and people who come in here making blind accusations is that I gotta ask you a question. Do you guys think I'm a Democrat? You guys think I'm a Democrat? I'm just curious. Before you say that, go back and look on my channel. See how many videos that I put out about Joe Biden. So if I'm not a Democrat, why would I be saying this? I'm saying this because it's true. I don't like cops, and that's why I don't like any political party, because they both support cops. Biden supports cops, and so does Trump. So does Obama, so does Clinton, so does Bush, so does all of them. That's why I don't support any of them. And that's why when they get locked up, right? That's why when they get locked up, I have no problems with that. So you think, hold on, Smell Those Trees says, I'm a Democrat because I'm calling for reparations. Do you realize even most black conservatives and Republicans are calling for that? We just disagree on what kind of form that it takes. So my thing is, I don't care for the police. I think the police should be completely reformed. I think there should be a completely different system. That's it. I don't like police in their current incarnations because they were based off of slavery. They are the slave patrol. And that's why I have no problems with Donald Trump being arrested, because guess what? I have no problems with the police being used against the very people who supported the slave patrol. Donald Trump deserves to be arrested. Partially because he broke the law, based on the letter of the law, right? But also the fact that he supported those people. See, when you give any kind of modicum of support to the police and you maintain that support, then I don't feel any kind of thing for you when you get arrested. Right? You're getting just what you deserve. See, in Lafayette Square, you remember that incident in Lafayette Square? I do. You understand that church and what it represents, right? So when people were simply protesting, what did Donald Trump do? He sent race soldiers, police, park rangers, all kind of people to clear out Lafayette Square, to use violence and brutality against people. And that really upset a lot of black veterans, I'm going to tell you. And when you use the police like that, and then he took a little photo op. He held a freaking Bible upside down, had a photo op. So when you do stuff like that and you happen to get arrested by the same police, or the same police have to process you or to get your fingerprints or take your mugshot, that's a very beautiful mugshot that I saw, by the way, Mr. Trump. Very, very beautiful. But when that happens to you, I'm going to cheer. Lafayette Square and that church there, you understand what it means and symbolizes to the black community. And you use race soldiers, the freaking slave patrol on those grounds, on those holy grounds. As a black veteran, that pissed me off. And I've never stopped holding a grudge ever since. See, I was willing to give Trump a chance when it comes to money and some other things, but it's a lot of other things that he says. See, Trump the president his policies wasn't always bad. It's just him. He's the first president that I could ever say I don't like the guy because he's him. First guy ever. Happy burnout. You have over 1,000 followers. Hop on or you got to get banned from the chat. That's the rule here. You know the standing rule. I've already said it. If I got to repeat it, then I'm not going to just say it. I'm just going to start banning. Trump's fast track that the clock. Yeah. Trump has, again, Trump doesn't understand the reason why he lost. Let me explain to you some of the reasons why he lost. It's very, very simple. Gunslinger. How you doing, Gunslinger?
I'm doing good, man.
How you doing, Gunslinger?
Good, good, good. I want to see your perspective. I know we don't agree, but I'm not here to.
Right.
I just want to see your perspective on a reform. Like, what would that look like to you? Or, I mean, have you thought about it?
I've thought about it considerably. And every time I
Hmm.
mention it, what ends up happening is I'll offer a solution. And then what ends up happening is, well, that solution isn't good enough for me. And then I'll just tell you, okay, then what's the point in talking?
Right.
So pretty much people, you understand, I have a master's degree in psychology, so I understand how people work. People will justify things even though I give you a whole spiel as a reason why I want it to change, you
Hmm.
won't see that. And I realize that. This is why I don't bother trying to change people's minds. I just simply present the stories of police when they are predators, when they commit crimes, and then it gets to the point whereas if you start defending that too much, then I'm going to call you a predator. You get that, right? That sounds pretty unfair because if I at one point was covering 6 to 8 stories a day, with most of them being cops who have CP, SA children, SA women, that kind of stuff. If I
Hmm.
do that for a certain period of time and you still don't get the point, then you're obviously one of them.
But let
It's
me ask
just
you a
at that point,
question, though.
it's just yeah. So my solution is simple. You go to private security. Here's why I say that, right? Why do you call the police? You call the police because of traffic stops, missing dogs, dogs in neighborhoods, car wrecks, things like that. Only 4 to 6%. All right, 4 to 6% of police calls are about anything violent. I think private security can handle that because we did it in Iraq and Afghanistan. We have private contractors. So if it's good enough to put in somebody else's country, why is it so different for you? And my thing is that I don't understand why people can't see that as a potential solution because you don't have qualified immunity. For one, two, it'll be cheaper, categorically cheaper, because you can choose how armored or down armored your officers are or what they can carry.
Hmm.
Then, aside from that, in terms of the police misconduct settlements, well, the way the laws are written is that no matter what happens, we pay to play the police misconduct settlements. Let me give you a little bit of an eye opening stat. So the reason why a few universities reached out to me is because I put out this one video in which I took the NYPD, LAPD, just a bunch of police departments across the country, and I actually combined the combined total of police misconduct settlements, how much taxpayers across the country has paid for them in the past 10 years, and I did it through a article and a study that was presented by 538. So I took
Hmm.
those numbers and then I applied them to a 2016 Pentagon report about our expenditures in Afghanistan. I found out because I'm actually a combat veteran, so that's why I kind of always knew this, but I just it was kind of just mind-boggling that I actually found the numbers. We pay more in police misconduct settlements than we did to operate entire units at war. So this idea that it wouldn't be cheaper is, quite frankly, moronic. Once you hear that, now, if you look at the police misconduct settlements for Los Angeles and NYPD alone, you're not talking about hundreds of millions, you're talking about billions. In fact, with LA alone, past 10 years, 3 billion, over 3 billion, and that's just one city. Something that we did not have to pay. That's on the cops, but we're going to pay it because we are essentially serfs compared to cops. Cops are a different class of people altogether. So my thing is that if we can pay that, if we can pay police misconduct settlements the billions, and then on top of that, pay to outfit them, pay for the overtime. You got cops out there like in San Francisco. They start off at over $90,000 a year. The average cop in San Francisco, they have the highest paid police chief in the entire country at over $400,000 a year. So we're paying for that across the country. I think private security will be an obvious solution and cheaper because the non-government solution is always cheaper, almost always. And what we're going to end up with is better trained people because these private security companies have better training standards, and a lot of times they won't even hire you if you're overweight. And they have better standards. And on top of that, some guy who's hired by a security company, if he shoots someone, he doesn't get nearly the amount of protection from both the psychological standpoint that cops get protection in terms of people, the American people thinking that they're somehow gods because of propaganda like Law and Order, Paw Patrol, and so many other shows and nonsense out there. The Sound of Freedom, crap out there. People think that they are heroes. When you look at the actuality of their job, they're the most overweight. They are the most overweight profession of all the of all first responders, according to the FBI from 2014. They are the most overweight profession.
Now, do you know why that is?
Of all first responders, which lets you know they ain't doing crap.
Wait, but do you know why they are overweight?
They gave reasons. Bad diet. That was number one reason. Bad diet.
So
inadequate exercise.
Yeah, 70% of cops are vets. Did you know that?
That's not true.
Bro.
I've done videos on that. No, sir. They're not vets. And even if they are vets, I'm a vet. Am I fat? Case closed.
Yeah,
no. Most vets aren't fat. Most vets aren't fat.
Here's a problem. I'm a vet and I suffer from diabetes.
Less than 25% of cops are veterans.
I'm 40
I have
years
a video
old,
that's viral right now because of that.
No, but that's not true, dude. I got.
I'm going to tell you one more time, sir. This is what I research. If you Google me, Dion McNeil, I specifically cover these kind of things. I'm a combat veteran rated at 100%. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, sir, this is my show. I'm not done yet. I'm telling you, I have a viral video with over 70,000 views. 70,000 views that other people saw, where I featured an FBI report that most cops aren't veterans. And then on top of that, I went to Task and Purpose. That's a website for veterans. Even they said it. They not only said most cops aren't veterans, there is a problem with new veterans like the Iraq ones and the Afghanistan ones who don't like cops. So not only are we not becoming cops, we don't even like them.
Dude, we have infantry guys. We have all kinds of MOSs that are cops. Now, you're fucking lying, dude.
Dude, you know why? I'm going to tell you one more time.
Screwing shit.
This is my show. You won't do that here. You won't do that here, sir. It's my show. Calm down. You come onto my show and you start trying to dictate things to me. It don't work that way. You're not going to lie here. Most cops aren't veterans. Less than 25% of them are. That's why they don't get a whole lot of respect from veterans.
Prove it to me.
So I need you to understand something, right? You came on here and you started spewing things that aren't true.
You're lying.
And you bringing up veterans and them being overweight. What does that have to do with anything? That is a non sequitur. Irrelevant non sequitur.
It's called PT.
And it shows me that you're not really a veteran. You're not really a veteran. It was 18%. Thank you. Someone in the freaking chat just actually cleared it up. 18%. Not even 25%. So you're not a veteran. You are engaging in stolen valor. I don't appreciate that as a combat veteran. Okay? Don't come on my show lying about being a veteran to protect cops. That is disgusting behavior. That is, first of all, you know what I'm going to do? I have my desktop right in front of me, right? And I'm going to show you that most cops aren't veterans. I've already done the research on this. So let me just see real quick. And don't mind my cat behind me. That's rude. She's blind. She doesn't know any better. So I'm going to bring up a tab real quick. And if I find that most cops aren't veterans, I'm going to ban that guy from my chat. Because the one thing I don't like is when people lie on veterans. Most cops aren't. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I know it's like 18%. I know it's less than 25%. Less than 25%. I know that. Okay, here we go from the Marshall Project, right? So here we go. So this guy came on here and said that most cops are veterans. So here's the Marshall Project here. When warriors put on the badge, right? So I want to press Control F. I'm gonna press 18. 8. Okay, 18. And I know on this tab here, I know it says, here we go. Boom. Vet to cop pipeline. Policing has long been a favorite career choice of those who have enlisted in the armed services. Today, just 6% of the population at large has served in the military, but 19% of police officers are veterans. 19%, less than 25%. So don't you come on my show lying on veterans, pretending like we love cops when we don't. We don't. Most people who put on that who put on that uniform are not overweight. When I brought up the fact that most cops are veterans, he says, well, most cops are. When I brought up the fact that most cops are overweight, he says, well, most cops are vets. That's a lie. But even if they were vets, what does that have to do with being overweight? Most veterans aren't overweight. So what were you trying to say about veterans? Hey, listen, I'm a combat veteran. I'm in shape. Veterans don't support law enforcement. We don't like them. It's a known thing. Look at Chris Dorner. Chris Dorner, veteran. I guarantee you he don't like cops. Robert Eugene Long, Micah Xavier Johnson, all veterans. What did they do to freaking cops? They took them out. Most of the time where cops get the pew pew, it's by a veteran. Veterans are more likely to do that to cops. Right? So I want you to understand something, right? Most veterans don't really care for them because most cops know if you push us too much, what we'll do. Don't believe me? There's a whole long list of white veterans who have went crazy on cops. Hispanic ones, certainly the black ones, I just named them. Those were just 3 names. Let's talk about Geronimo Pratt from the Black Panther Party. Geronimo Pratt, another one. Came out of the Vietnam War. And what did he do? He trained our folks on the streets. Notice how I'm just bringing up random names as if I've been through this and you didn't? Well, some of you didn't? Yeah. See? I told you, man, especially black veterans. Right? Especially black veterans. What you're going to find is that we don't rock with cops. But Trump does. And you see what that got him, baby. You see what that got him, baby. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we don't support cops, and guess what? I'm not indicted in Georgia. I ain't behind bars. I ain't got to pay $200K bail. So who's winning here, son? I didn't pay Stormy Daniels the equivalent of a house to be quiet, and she ain't even be quiet. Listen, Donald Trump is a professional simp. How you gonna pay a chick the equivalent of a house? A house. And she still didn't do what you pay her to do. Lord have mercy. Professional simp. My man, you know how Doctor Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme? This man is the Simp Supreme, baby. Simping ain't easy, baby. I feel you. Yo, how? Explain that to me. So Let me get this straight. You had your pick. You could have picked anybody. And you pick. I'm not insulting Stormy Daniels. I think she's a beautiful woman. I'm just saying, if you right, if you could pick it, that's who you pick. I mean, you skipped over Pinky, Rihanna. I mean, you skipped over Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez. I mean, if you had to pick, I pick Holly Berry, Angela Bassett, somebody. You pick Stormy Daniels. You paid that amount of money, and then you say she was a horse face, bro. You picked that. You picked that. Listen. That's like being a Pokemon trainer, right? Catching a Pidgeotto, and then complaining when the Pidgeotto can't beat Pikachu. You caught that, bro. You picked that, bro. Like, am I going crazy? And then guess what? Found yourself in hot water. Look at you. Supporting cops and they don't support you. Tell you, man. I tell you what, man. In closing, these blue live chicks, they ain't loyal.